What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. As you saw in the last video, we got our new fish for the Monster Fish Mega Tank. They are doing super well, and I thought I would do a little rundown video on how this tank works, some details and information about it, especially for those new subscribers. And I thought we would do our first feeding video with the stingrays and the arowana as well. So let's get into it. Now, as you can see, this tank is on the floor. Now, for our original subscribers, you would have known this obviously over the past couple years or so, where this was the original Goldfish Mega Tank. Now, for the new subscribers, I thought I would talk a little bit more about the tank and go over some of the details as well. Now, this tank was made by ND Aquatics. It measures 8 foot long, 3 foot front to back, and 2.5 foot tall. Now, yes, my flooring is solid concrete. There is probably a couple of meters worth of concrete below this. You should be able to park a plane on this floor. It is a new build, and the foundations are absolutely solid, so don't worry. This isn't on any floorboards or anything like that. And underneath this piece of black tape, so this is 50mm black tape that I've put around the base, is an actual inch of polystyrene to level out any imperfections. However, the tank is super level, and the floor is really nice and flat, so we're not going to get any issues with the glass. Now, it is also a double base. I believe this glass is 15mm thick, for those of you who want to know. We've got 2 braces in the middle, and then we've got 3 sets of lids. And now this tank holds 1,620 litres. You would have been able to see from our scaping video that I've actually used play sand as the substrate. Now, I've never used it before, and I did want to give it a go. You will notice the tank is slightly cloudy still. I do need to do a water change on it to remove the cloudiness, and it is also partially because the piece of bogwood is releasing some tannins into the water as well. However, it is significantly improved. It was a big cost saving by using this sand in comparison to an aquarium sand, and I wanted to give it a go. I do like trying different things out on the channel. Now, we've got approximately, I think it's 90 kilos. I've got 6 15-kilo bags of this sand, and then I got 12 kilos of tan colour gravel, which is starting to mix in. It's kind of going down to the bottom of the sand, but it should hopefully mix in as the months go by and the rays stir it up. Now, I've also got a few kilos of round river pebbles, and then I've got, I think it's 7 glacial boulders, which weigh around 140 kilos as well. Now, the main structure, as you can see, is this huge piece of driftwood. Now, this has been placed at an angle, and it measures 2 meters long, and I think it weighs approximately 50 kilos or so. It took 2 of us to get it into the system, if you haven't already seen that video, and I absolutely love it. I would say it's probably on the larger size for this aquarium, but as these fish are all small, it's not going to be problematic. As the rays do get larger, there's at least 4 boulders that aren't anything to do with the structure of this wood that I can easily remove, and this one can also be removed as well if needed as the rays grow, but they've got absolutely plenty of room at the moment. Now, moving around the side of the tank, you will notice we have an air bar, so let's go and check that out. Now, you will be able to see we have an air bar on the back of the aquarium, and you can see the clarity of the water. You can see all the way through to the other side, but because of the slight cloudiness and the tannins we do have in the aquarium, it's a little bit murky at the moment. But I am only filming this video sort of like 2 or 3 days after these fish have been added to the system. So after a few water changes, it's going to help considerably. Now, going back onto the air bar, originally I had 2 16-inch air stones that I had running on the back of the system. But I have now got a 2-meter air bar that runs the full length of the rear of the tank, and that was actually produced by Aeration Systems Limited, and they actually sent me that, and it is an absolutely awesome piece of kit. The air bar runs all the way along, the air comes out super evenly, and I'm so happy with it. As you can see, the arowana has come to say hello. But I'm super happy with it. Really good quality product, and I'm so glad that they sent that to me. It's providing a superb amount of aeration, and it's also providing this really nice gyre effect. So whenever there's any food on the bottom, it's constantly moving, and I get a constant flow around the system, which is perfect for the species of fish I'm keeping, and it keeps all the suspended solids off the bottom that can go into the filter. Now you will notice the piece of wood is covered in sand, and because that is due to the air bar pushing that sand onto the wood, and I assume as the air bar clears the sand off itself, this is going to reduce, but I'm not really too bothered by it. It looks kind of natural. Now, talking a little bit more about filtration, let's head over to the other side of the tank and we can check out the DIY filter that I've actually built myself on this aquarium. Now, as we head round to the other side of the tank, you will see the filter section. It's not going to be that easy to show on camera, but I will try and overlay some footage of it. Now, I actually constructed this filter out of 2 pieces of acrylic to make a right angle, and then I siliconed that into the rear corner, and I believe the filter holds approximately 120 to 140 litres of water. Now, the water simply enters over the top of 2 weirs that I put in. It goes down through filter fleece, then through some sponges, and then down into the main section, which is full of about 35 kilos of media, consisting of BioBuild ceramic rings. I think we've got some Ehi media, we've got BioHome media, and then we've also got Alpha Grog as well. There is a 6,000 litre Halliot pump, which then pumps that out the top, down through the Cockney Koi Yamitsu UV, which is a 25 watt UV, suitable for small to medium sized koi ponds, and then that is pumped back over and out into the tank. Now I'm getting a turnover rate of around, I think it's around 3.5 times the tank per hour. And then down in the corner I have my Halliot 30 litre per minute air pump, which is powering that air bar as well. Now I really like this filter. It's been running, I think around 2 years now. I think it's been around 2 years, maybe a year and a half or so, and it's actually done really well. I'm super impressed by it, super cheap for me to make, and it holds a huge amount of media, and it keeps the tank really clean. So we've spoken about the tank, we've spoken about the aquascape and the filtration, so let's take a look at the fish and then we can give them a feed on camera. So if you haven't seen the last video where we got our new fish for the Monster Fish Mega Tank, then let me tell you a little bit about the species we are currently keeping in this aquarium. Now I have one super high back Malaysian gold arowana, who you probably can't see his colours too well at the moment, but give this guy 6 to 12 months and he's going to put some serious growth on and get some superb colours as well. Now I also have 3 stingrays in the aquarium. I have a mini marble Matoro stingray, I have a albino pearl stingray, and I also have a black diamond stingray. Now I'm definitely going to be adding some more fish to this aquarium. If you've got any suggestions, leave them down below. A few species I'm considering are a group, maybe 5 or 6 geophagus, potentially a knife fish, also a dapnoid. I really do like the African tiger fish, the Vitatus, obviously not the Goliath, but I'm not sure if that would really work in this setup. But those are sort of the species I'm considering. I don't want to stock it with too many more fish, maybe just a few, maybe a group of geos and 1 additional fish, or 2 or 3 other fish. I'm not too sure just yet. I do want to make sure these fish have plenty of room, they get enough food, and they are kept super happy and healthy. Now I'm also considering maybe adding some fake plastic plants to this side. I don't really want to go with live plants because I feel like they're going to get destroyed as the fish grow and get bigger, and they might run into some sort of problems in this size aquarium. But I'm thinking maybe some plastic plants over in this corner might add a little bit of colour and a different dimension to the system. So that is enough about the fish. Let's get some food in them and we can check out what they look like when they feed. And that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the new mini monsters in the Monster Fish Mega Tank, getting a nice feed and me explaining a little bit more about how this system works and how it runs. Now, if you do have any questions, please leave them down below. And if there's any video ideas, any topics, or anything you'd like me to show on the channel, then please leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys would like to see at home. But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.